What do you get when you cross a Renaissance man and a crustacean? Leonardo da Vinci. Hi, I'm John Green and you're watching Crash Course World History, and today we'll be talking about the great inventor and artist Leonardo da Vinci while touching base on the Renaissance period in Italy. The end of the Middle Age led to the start of the Renaissance, especially in Florence, Italy. Interest in classic literature began during the Middle Ages but continued well into the Renaissance. But the focus had shifted slightly between the times. Humanism was growing in popularity and it recovered heritage from Roman Greece. People from all segments of society looked towards the past for inspiration as how to live their lives. Individualism and humanism worked hand in hand because more emphasis was placed on recognizing the humans instead of satisfying the gods. A devotion to war grew significantly during this time, and humans began believing that their actions and ethics would carry them forward in life instead of precedent path from God. People slowly drifted from the church, and interestingly enough, artists began signing their name on their artwork to receive recognition. Now speaking of artists, let's start talking about our artist of the day. My favorite artist, Leonardo da Vinci. Leonardo da Piero da Vinci was born on April 15, 1452 in Vinci, Italy. His mother was a young peasant woman and he lived with his father, Ser Piero, a valued notary. Little is known about da Vinci's early life because either no records were kept or no records were ever found. From age 14 to 20, da Vinci apprenticed under Verrocchio and learned many things such as carpentry, sculpting, painting, and metal/leather working. Working under the great Verrocchio allowed da Vinci to build his skills and secure a life devoted to humanities. When he turned 20, he established his own workshop and was qualified to be a master artist in the Guild of St. Luke.
John, tell us a fun fact!
Fun fact, Leonardo da Vinci was charged and acquitted of sodomy at age 22. His most famous artworks include The Last Supper,
Work is excellent. Wait, Jesus didn't eat pork.
Mona Lisa, Smile! Virgin of the Rocks, and the Baptism of Christ. Can you get that, guys?
Leonardo da Vinci was a famous artist and known for his many great works. He is also known for his sketches and ideas and inventions. So some of the ideas that he sketched for his inventions included the machine gun, the parachute, the diving suit, and the robotic knight. Many of these which have purposes today. And the robotic knight was actually the first humanoid robot recorded in history. And it was rumored that da Vinci actually built one that was able to sit and walk.
So after a life of awesomeness, Leonardo got old and mushy like most people do. He was 67 and his health was degrading. And 67 for his age was ancient. So this old man was expected to die from health issues. And for someone who did so much, his last moments were kind of nothing. He was in bed ill for many months before, his left hand partially paralyzed from a stroke, and his body grew weak due to paralysis. So when he died May 2nd, 1519, it wasn't expected. However, it did cause a historical shift. Although he was appreciated in his time, as shown by the kings visiting him as an ailed man, he became far more appreciated after his death. With his passing, people have studied the before-his-time genius more and more. And this has led to one of my favorite things in the world, conspiracy theories, and particularly interesting conspiracy theories at that. One of the more interesting things to study is the Mona Lisa. So let's go to the thought bubble.
Now it's time for the thought bubble. Today our focus is the Mona Lisa. So many people have wondered how the Mona Lisa's smile qualifies as a smile. It's considered one of the most debated paintings in the world. Some people think that her eyes are too sad for this smile, perhaps revealing some metaphor about life or Leonardo himself. And exactly who was this girl smiling? People have concluded many things about her, saying she may be Leonardo's mom, lover, or even himself. Another interesting theory is that the Mona Lisa can be cut up into symmetrical triangles, so she may be a symbol of a path leading to the biblical Holy Grail, or she may be the Illuminati.
Da Vinci's death was around the time of the end of the Renaissance. the end of the glorious revitalization and the power of individuality and logic with humanity. 2 years before Da Vinci's death was the start of the Protestant Reformation by Martin Luther King Jr. Wait, what, Stan? It wasn't Martin Luther King Jr. It was the German monk Martin Luther. Huh, I guess you learn something new every day. Anyways, Martin Luther challenged the power of the church after he learned that the church was selling indulgences to its followers instead of actually educating them on the Catholic ideas and beliefs. And that really got him going. With that as a catalyst, Luther posted the 95 Theses onto the Wittenberg church door, a disputation focusing on various church practices and the flaws of church thinking. This began the Protestant Reformation. A time centered on questioning religious power to counteract the Protestant Reformation came the Counter-Reformation from the church. The church reversed all ideas of the Renaissance by enacting censorship on writing and art and enforcing Catholic beliefs more than ever before. Not only did this lead to disputes between the church and its people, but it also contributed to the dwindling spirit of the Renaissance. The end of the Renaissance was nearing as political concerns came about in the 1520s when the clash of emperors came. Spain and France each had strong emperors who claimed Italian land. Charles V, the Holy Roman Emperor, had many disputes with France's Francois I. Trying to stay out of the fight was Pope Leo X, who did a fabulous job keeping Rome out of the battlefield, but his incompetent successor, Pope Clement VII, let Spanish penetration seep into Rome and eventually all of Italy. The Spanish increased taxes and set high restrictions within Italian city-states, leaving little money to spend on artistic and intellectual plans. No moolah for the artists and no support for the thinkers led to no advancements for the people. The Italian wars continued well into the 16th century, until new movements gained its 15 minutes of fame. Fun fact, there's a blob in the corner of one of Da Vinci's paintings, and many people believe that it's a UFO. Leonardo da Vinci, who exemplified the Renaissance spirit, was a mastermind of his time and beyond, creating the foundation for many objects we see today. His mind worked in numerous ways, and his life was dedicated to learning and applying the newly found knowledge. What if we took the same approach to our lives? Would our generation advance today's world into modern Renaissance? I guess we'll find out. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next week.
Thanks for watching Crash Course. Crash Course is produced and directed by the Greek Supremists. Our script supervisor is Leonardo DiCaprio. The show is written by us, Samya, Erica, Nikki, and Jacob. And our graphics team is Thought Nikki Bubble. Last week's phrase of the week was Illuminati. If you want to suggest future phrases of the week, you can comment them down below or tell any one of us in person. Thanks again for watching Crash Course with John.